re-sign him this year. I'm really hoping his contract demands come down after training camp. But yeah, right now he's looking for, I think, year one, $45 million.
That's okay. I'm seeing him rising up. What do you put up 1,000 yards every year, except for one?
Yeah, he's let's see. I think
yeah.
Yep. First year he didn't. But yeah, he's been 1,000-yard receiver, and like I said, he's our number 2 to Bernard Preston. So I've been real happy with him.
Hey, Grim. Can you hear us?
He's probably still plugging his headphones.
I think he is.
There.
Hey, Greg.
There he is.
All right. Yeah, I was muted for some reason on the screen.
No, we were just quickly, before we jump into the draft, we were just saying that the 2103 draft was a really good one. A lot of good talent came out of that draft.
Yeah, I just dug through them all. There's a lot of good players in that.
And then the 2104, not so good.
Yeah, and I didn't really dig into that one. So, yeah, all those wide receivers from 2103 are pretty much studs.
So what we'll do is we'll go through this draft, and if you want to give your 2 players from the 2103 what you think, if you have any, we'll do it at the end if we have time.
Okay, sounds good.
All right.
How are you around?
I'm here.
Oh, awesome. All right, guys. Oh, we got that little trick that Red Zone taught us.
That's right.
So we can see the players how they pan out. So let's start with pick number 1, wide receiver, Fairbanks. What do you guys think of Peter Rodriguez? And so this is the trick that Red Zone taught us.
Yeah, the right click in there.
Yeah,
yep.
We didn't notice.
Yeah, I figured that out. I don't know, 3-4 seasons ago in RZB. I finally realized that. I guess I thought Justin already knew or had brought it up.
No, I had no idea.
Clueless on this until he did it last time, the last draft.
Yeah, he's going to be good.
Yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with Rodriguez. He was the right pick. He's going to be good.
He'll be all right. Bars like that, he'll be fine.
He's being nonchalant about it.
I sent this guy a trade offer. He didn't even pay attention to it.
Oh no, not when you got that on the board.
I know. I was trying to see if I can coax him out of trading him. All right, so that's a no-brainer pick. Let's go to next pick. Oh, why am I looking at? I'm looking at the wrong one. Hold on, guys. I'm in the wrong draft. Here we go. Mech picks a right tackle. Looks pretty solid. Let's see. Let's see if he pans out.
Arizona.
Let's see. They picked up a few tackles, huh? Which one was it Stevenson?
Yep, Devin Stevenson. That's a great tackle.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
he's going to be good.
And his overall right now, that's a guy that can step in and start from day one and not really be a detriment to the line for a season or two.
Yeah, you lose a little cohesion by putting a guy like, but in terms of ability, yeah, he's gonna be just fine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is he a dummy though?
No. Actually, the 2 tackles that went early were both in the 30 plus.
Yep, Stevenson's 54 intelligence, so
yeah, he'll be average.
Yeah.
He'll be all right.
I'm fine with 50 plus. Anything lower than that, they start drooling on themselves. That's just not good.
Right.
Nice pick. Next up, left tackle. Paris picks. Let's see where his guy falls.
Yeah, I think pretty much same deal with him.
Where are you? Meadows.
Yeah, he's pretty much a mirror image of the other guy, really.
Yeah.
There he is.
He should be ready to step in right away too.
Yeah.
Same intelligence. Yep. Yeah, this was. I think this was a draft of the tackles. By the way, there was a lot of them out there.
Yeah, they were good early on too. It's always nice when the top of the draft is filled with offensive linemen that are not only really good with their bars and combines, but also are intelligent. I just hate it when there's studs up there that are, a 12 on their Solzmic score.
Question for you guys: if your tackle was a 6-footer, would you take him? 6 feet, 300 and something pounds, or do you want him to be over 6'1"?
I'd probably move him or mostly play him at guard.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I'd take a guy at tackle like that, but I'd move him to guard probably.
If he had those bars, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Bordeaux comes up. He takes a cornerback.
I don't. Yeah, I was wondering about that pick in the forum.
Yeah.
And then he said, "You underestimate my drafting skills."
Yeah, because he has a ton of corners on his team already.
Yeah, at number 4, I'm not a fan of that pick, especially with maybe he plays him at safety, but that man bar is just not good enough to play corner.
Yeah. How tall is he?
5'9".
Yeah,
he's not a safety.
A little short for safety, but with a zone bar like that, an interception bar like that.
You could throw him at free safety and get away with it, maybe.
Yeah, and I think for free safety, and I think too those return bars make him a utility player.
Yeah, but not at number 4.
You're right. No, not a number 4.
And Clay is right too. He's got 3 stud cornerbacks on his roster already, so this pick to me it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, when I saw him pick that, I'm like, he's got 3 cornerbacks on his team already, and I thought it was a mistake.
Yeah. So maybe the plan's free safety. So that's a possibility. What's he got there at safety?
Yeah, he's got a stud that he drafted last year, or got through free agency, non-drafted.
Oh yeah,
Tony Carroll coming up.
This Carroll. Yeah, he's free safety. You can move him to strong safety. I don't know. Yeah, it's a weird pick. I thought it was an odd one.
All right. Next up, Snapfinger goes for wide receiver. The second wide receiver off the board. Let's see. Where are you? I like this guy.
I would have taken him there, especially if that route bar sticks.
I didn't think he was going to be taken that high. I thought he was going to drop lower, but Snapfinger saw him, pulled him in.
Yeah, if his bars hold up, he's going to be real good. This is one of those ones where you just gotta hope and pray that the bars hold up through training camp. He doesn't have much development on some of the more important bars. Route running. I mean, if that route running bar goes away, that's a pretty tough pick.
Yes. Yeah. What do you think, Howie?
I agree with what was just said. If that route running bar holds up, it's a great pick. That's a solid wide receiver, a guy that can go over the middle, a guy that can adjust to the ball. Above average, big play receiving. Great avoid drops. If those bars hold, that's an outstanding pick.
Yep.
As you can see, I was scouting him. I did an interview on him, and his bars. So his bars is showing at 55 to 60 for his route running from my guy.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like they held up real good for your scout. Okay. Doesn't look like any of them really went down. Nice.
Moontown takes a defensive end. Let's see.
Marcus Randall, yeah.
I like him.
Yeah, are they running the 3-4 in Moontown?
Let's see.
I don't know, because he'd be a little big for.
How would we find that out?
He's running 4.3 over.
Well, then maybe he's going to put him in. Maybe he'll move him to D tackle. That looks like more of a D tackle type player. I don't know if you'd want. I mean, he'll be a great run stopper, but I just don't know. He seems pretty big for a defensive end in the 4.3.
Yep.
Maybe he loses weight. I mean, he might trim down. Maybe he bulks him up and moves him to D tackle. Either way, he's going to be a solid defensive lineman for him, no matter where he plays it.
Yeah, he's got good strength. He's 22 years old.
Oh, I hate that pick.
You do?
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I think you can wait later and take the defense. I mean, he'll be a good player, but he's not a pass rush stud. So.
Well, I hate that pick because I got to play that guy twice a year for the next foreseeable future.
Yep.
I look at him and he's almost like Eddie Dunlap was for me. Eddie Dunlap was a best fit for a 3-4 defensive end, and until the last 2 years of his career, he played defensive end in a 4-3, and he played great. So I think that's going to create a lot of pass rush that I don't want to have to deal with. And he's a run stopper as well. So that's a great pick for Moontown. I do like that.
Okay, we'll keep an eye on him. Let's see how far he goes on his thing. All right, next up, Iowa goes cornerback. Let's go Iowa. Let's see where this guy stands. Here we go. Not bad. If his bars can go.
Yep, if those bar sticks, he's gonna be a stud.
Yeah.
As long as I always look at it. As long as I get over 50 on the bars, it's kind of safe.
Yeah, I'd say I have that philosophy too. You like the bars to be 50 or more on everything that you need them for,
Yeah, he's pretty well developed, so most of those will hold up. He's going to be a good return man for him too.
I wonder if he's going to use him as a return man.
See, I would. On him, I would, because he doesn't look like he's got the elite coverage bars that some of the other corners or safeties would have that I would say don't use, or the wide receivers. But with him, I mean, he's not going to give you an elite coverage guy. He'd be good, but he's going to be a really good returner. I think I'd use him as a returner, and
at least in year one. Year one, I definitely use him as a returner.
Yeah, see how he shakes out.
And he's got a couple other corners already on the team that look pretty solid too. So
yeah, this looks like a guy that you throw in as your nickel corner and then use as your return man and the special teams ace.
Now look at his endurance on his card. Now look at it in the right corner.
Yeah, that was a little masked, I think.
It jumped up to 67.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So something to think about when you're looking at players. Sometimes the endurance is not always the endurance. It can be.
Yeah, it's not necessarily. It's not a static bar. It'll move.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in my experience, it seems to move down more than it moves up. But
yeah, I was going to say the same thing. I've had players who have been masked on endurance, but it's never been a good masking.
All right, this one, this pick intrigued me. Houston's. He went after this quarterback, and I can't wait to see how this quarterback turns out.
Yeah, I tried to move up to get Dennis. You guys, I've been vocal about my disdain for Shea, and I haven't been able to replace him yet. So I actually tried to move up to the 5th spot and the 6th spot, and then I had to go to bed, so I stopped trying. But
I'm surprised that guy fell so far, especially since, like Elf at pick number 4, he doesn't have check anymore. He needs a quarterback, and he doesn't go after this guy. And I know he said he didn't like the 1% development, but shit, I'd take him anyways, get a mentor, and start him all year. The worst you're going to do is go 2-14 and have another number 1. Bam, maybe you get your wide receiver the next season.
Or you get the even better quarterback and you trade this guy away for a couple of firsts.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a good pick. I mean, obviously, time will tell. You know, he's what's Hansen looking like? Is Hansen still? Yeah, Hansen could probably still start another season too. You don't even necessarily need to start him this year.
Right. Yeah, you can sit him a year.
Sit him a year, let him get a little bit of development. Yeah, I like the pick. Again, it's a risk with only 1% development, but he looks like he's got all the right parts.
It'll take him, what, 3-4 years for him to be 100% developed?
It depends on how many starts he gets.
You know? Yeah, it depends on the starts. And, I mean, they say quarterbacks take longer to develop than the rest of the players. So, you know, they actually use the mentors up till what, season 5 or 6?
4. 4's the last year they use them.
For quarterbacks too, you sure?
Yeah. I'm pretty positive mentorship is done that year. Well, it'd be year 5 is basically they don't get a mentor anymore. Basically, essentially their rookie contract, their whole rookie contract, they can use a mentor.
See, Max, weren't you chasing a quarterback in free agency?
What's that?
Weren't you chasing a quarterback in free agency?
I haven't seen one that I like.
Oh, I thought you were making a high bid on somebody. Maybe.
I was. Yeah, I was making a bid on that Skip Granados. Young guy. I can't remember who got it. Was it Paris that got him?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, that's
Skip Granados. Yeah, he was a guy that I was hoping to get because I thought he'd play pretty well, and I switched over to the Air Coryell. So I thought he'd be a decent match for the Air Coryell, and I can't imagine to be any worse than Shea's been playing. But you know, hopefully the change will help Shea out. I don't know. New playbook, new game plan. We'll see. But yeah, I was going after Granados. He was a good pickup. I mean,
Chris Paris
might have made him pay more for him.
Yeah, Chris also he drafted that Dominic Kerrigan guy that you were talking to me about a few days ago.
Yep, he was another guy that I was looking at. Yep,
got him at 5'3".
Yep, I should have taken him. I don't know. I have bad luck drafting quarterbacks, so I don't know. He looked like he'd be a decent guy to me, but I didn't obviously pull the trigger.
I don't like this pick, but I know it's the auto pick. Anyone know what's going on with Coyote?
I texted him when he was on the clock, and I'm like, "Hey, have you looked into your shit yet?" He's like, "No, I've had zero fucking time. I'm just swamped with work." So he's busy with work, and he didn't make a single pick, and still got number 1 on the draft board there. You know, at the top of that ratings thing that Ben puts out. Yeah. But that sucks. I was really hoping that he.
I mean, he might end up being a decent tackle, but he's got that low soul score, so he's not a guy I'd have taken there.
Yeah, he's going to be dumb and a lot of penalties.
Yep, exactly.
Next,
take that guy if he's still sitting there in the 3rd round. You don't do it in the 1st. But that's what auto picks do.
Yep, take your most needy guys. Yeah, he's got an intelligence of 20. That's just going to be bad.
Yep.
And those bars just didn't hold up. And there's something I didn't want to fucking see.
Eli picks up the tight end.
Yep, just another fucking weapon I got to deal with.
Let's see what this guy. Wow.
Yeah.
If his route running hits, he's going to be very, very good.
Yes, he's going to be very tough to beat.
What do you think?
Yeah, that's again another guy that I didn't think was going to last that long either. Would you get him at number 10? I mean, I'd take that guy over just about any of those guys.
Yeah, you got him at 10.
Yeah, no, that's a stud tight end. I mean, little on the short side, but that's fine. I like the run blocking bar combined with the route running bar. Those are the 2 bars that I look at when I'm looking to get a
courage too.
Courage too.
Courage. Yeah, they're over the middle a lot.
I've gone away from throwing for the tight end over the middle, just because it hasn't worked out for me, even with guys with big courage. But the courage is definitely a plus for sure.
I suppose you can play them down the seam a whole bunch.
Yep.
You don't need to worry about it.
Yep. But no, that's a great pick.
That's a beauty. Yep.
Indeed.
Good pick. Okay. At 111, Snapfinger again. Another 1st rounder pick. Picks up a guard. And here we go.
That Ursino, yeah.
Don't like his pass blocking.
Yeah, no, that's rough.
Yeah, no, that's a little lower than I'd like to see. That was a guy on my list at 18 because he's chem fit. So, but
he's going to be smart. He's got 40 reps on the bench. He's going to be super strong. Maybe that pass blocking bar will come up. I mean, that's agility. Yeah, no, his agility sucks. Yeah, that's probably what he's going to look like.
Mm-hmm.
Big guy. He'll be great if he decides to run a bunch.
Yeah, the agility 7.88 is not good score there for combines. But he's smart too. He's going to be 74 intelligence. So,
yep, and he'll be a starter for him regardless. He'll be all right.
All right, next up at 112, Atlanta takes a left tackle. Here we go. He's not looking so hot from my thing, but let's see here.
Yeah, no.
That's not something you want to see at 12th overall.
Yeah, the guard and this tackle, both of them are going to be pretty tough for a top 15 pick.
Yep.
Yeah, the only thing you got out of him, he's smart. That's it.
Yeah, and that's, even if his bars hold up, that's not great. I mean, he has a chance to drop. I mean, he could go up too, I suppose. What's his combines look like?
Yeah, they're about average.
Yeah.
I can see his pass blocking making it to maybe 48, 50.
Yeah, I suppose he might. Yeah. No, I don't like that pick.
No, he's real smart though. He's got 84.
That's true. Well, yeah, and again, I also very rarely pay much attention to the chemistry stuff because I don't try to screw with it. But if you're doing chemistry stuff, that might maybe that explains some of these picks that I don't agree with.
Okay, going into 113. Here we go. We got North Plainfield.
And I don't.
Go ahead. What are you gonna say?
I don't know why this guy dropped either. Maybe that endurance, but
takes a wide receiver right here.
Seeing he's one of those endurance masks that maybe wasn't masked.
Yeah, the avoid drops is a concern for a receiver, but I mean where he got him with the other bars that he has, I think it's still a decent pick.
I mean, honestly, but out of all the bars that a wide receiver has, the avoid drops bar is the one that I pay the least attention to.
Yeah, pretty much.
For sure.
I've had a bunch of guys that had low avoid drops and they did pretty well.
And especially with that third down receiving bar, that's a guy that he would be a primary or a secondary target on every one of my third down routes.
Yeah, and even if at the end of the season he ended up with 4, 5, 6 more drops than someone that had a better avoid drops bar, as long as he's producing otherwise, deal with 5 drops.
Yep.
It's 25.
Well, it still probably gives him 10 seasons with the guy.
Yeah, I mean, I would have picked.
If it was a running back, I'd be freaking out. But
you know what? Wide receivers are golden. You'll take anything in this league.
Yep.
Trying to get a wide receiver is like pulling teeth. All right, so let's go up to 114, running back, Harlem.
Rico.
He always picks good players. Ex-con.
I was disappointed that he didn't get a chance to put up the round-by-round draft analysis this draft.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he didn't do that this year, did he?
Yeah. No, he must have been busy.
That's not that bad.
I'm
not a good running back evaluator, so.
No, that's got everything that I look for.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping he'd fall a little bit further. So.
Speed to the outside.
Yeah, let's see. Look like combines. Yeah, he should be a good back. I mean, he's a little slower than I like if I'm trying to take a running back early in the first. But
yeah, it all depends on how he's going to use that running back. If you're gonna put him in the 1-1-3 and run sweeps to the outside, probably not the best thing to do with that one. It'd be okay. But if you're going to run between the tackles in the 1-2-2 or stay in between the tackles in the 1-1-3, that's a solid guy. I'd
Yep.
pick that and find a way to, I'd find a way to make that work.
If his route running goes up too, you got a dual
Yeah.
threat.
And the route running in that third down receiving, but he'd be a third down back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, he's not going to be running the ball much on third down, but really,
Yeah.
who does?
You got all-purpose yards from him.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, that's
a
a
solid
solid
pick.
pick, especially for a mid first rounder too.
Yeah.
Okay, 115. Haynes picks up a linebacker.
Yep.
How do
Got
you
three
feel about this,
linebackers in
Howie?
a row here.
You're going to be facing this guy. Let's see, who's this guy? Oof. Good pass rush technique, good run defense.
Yeah.
Not-
Skills leave a little to be desired.
Not
maybe-
good.
his
Not
pushing-
good. We want to run the football against him.
His
Well, is he
punishing hits
maybe going to move that guy to defensive end? He's got enough weight. You might be able to play him at the end.
Yeah, he's big enough for it.
He's got good
Yeah.
endurance. His punishing hits are not matching up with his strength.
And if you look at his defensive ends, I mean, he really probably could use some help. I mean, I guess Doyle doesn't look like he's too well. Yeah, no, I bet you he plays him at the end. I would if I was him.
Yeah, it could be.
I'd be afraid to use him at linebacker just based on the zone coverage. But in the same breath, I mean, you can only do what you can do. I'm going to start a guy that's not very good at zone coverage too.
Well, yeah, but if that tops out at 46, he's not terrible.
Yeah.
It's not like his zone's 12. I've got a linebacker whose zone score is super low that I think is a liability to put out there. But if that bar tops out at 46, that's
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If you can get
that's an
anywhere above
average.
40.
Yeah, that's an average pass defense with that run bar and that pass rush. Or even if that zone defense stays low, that's the guy you blitz every single time.
Yeah, he's
Well,
playing
I
4-3 over too. So
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, he's got some options with him. I like that kind of tweener weight. I mean, he could play him at linebacker on first, two wide receiver sets or run situations, play him out at defensive end and pass rush situations. He's got some options.
And that's a guy that I wouldn't even move to defensive end. I'd move him to outside linebacker.
Yep.
And then I'd put him down in sets as a D line. That's what I do with Everett Burks. He's a strong side linebacker, but he'll play D end in some sets. He'll play linebacker in the other. That's how I'd play him.
His ideal fit is for outside linebacker.
Yeah.
Yep.
yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, he'd be a real. I mean, I'd love to have that guy as my weak side linebacker in my 34.
Yeah. So
I like his endurance. Now I like to take that guy on my team.
Yep.
Maybe he'll train him. Okay, next up, where are we? 116. Another linebacker goes off, and Quick takes a weak left outside linebacker. Let's see. No, that's not the guy. Bradley. Where is he? There he is.
Yeah, it looks a little weak, but that pass rush strength, maybe that's his new blitzer. I don't know.
I think he was hoping that the pass rush technique was going to be up there too.
23 is not bad for a linebacker if he's going to use him as a linebacker. 23 is not too bad. If it was a defensive end, you wouldn't want it to be a 23. But yeah, I don't know. I like him. Zone. Like I said, if his zone bar goes to the max on that, then it's going to be great. If it's on the tail end, it's not going to be great. But
that's a great play diagnosis. Getting a linebacker with high play diagnosis isn't number one on my priority list when I look at them. But if I can find one that has the skill set that I'm looking for, plus the high play diagnosis, that's a great find and a great pick. So
yeah,
I like the
chem
pick
fit as well. So
yeah, I think it's a great pick.
you just think those bars need to go up a little bit more for Quick to be happy with that.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, 3 linebackers go off the board. back to back to back.
Yep.
Mech takes another one. This guy looks like he's going to be a beast.
We like Ike.
Let's see here.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I like him. Again, same thing with the zone, but Christ, man. Look at those other bars.
Yep.
If he hits it on his run defense and his pass rush technique with that pass rush strength.
And again, a guy that can play linebacker and defensive end, interchange in between them.
Yep. But Mech is 3-4, so
so he's a weak side. He's a weak side linebacker.
Yeah, weak side, rushing the passer every play.
And again, I would love to have that guy in my 3-4 weak side spot.
Why don't you trade for him and get him out of our division? Because I got to play this guy.
Yeah, and I would too. Maybe next year when his bars fill out.
All right, so that was so we're 118 running back. Oh, here we go, Grim.
Yeah, solid bars. Hopefully they stick. He's a guy for some reason. Before I picked him and after I picked him, I thought he was a chem fit for me. And then he got on the roster. I looked, I'm like, shit, he's green. Why the hell was I thinking that? But doesn't matter.
Whiskey.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not drunk like 24 hours a day for a week, so,
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I haven't even had a drink yet.
Yeah,
But no, if all those bars stick, he's going to be exactly what I want. He can play every down. He can catch passes out of the backfield. He's got good third down, good hole wreck. His elusive shit is down, and decent speed and it's outside and breakaway speed. So,
well, and you got some pretty good cohesion on your whole line, don't you?
I've been 100% for many seasons.
Yeah, so he's going to be great. He'll be fine.
He's 31% developed right now. That means he's going to pass those bars in the top, I feel.
I hope. That's what I was hoping.
Yeah, that's a good pick. He'll be good.
Well, if the chemistry thing doesn't work out for you, I'll give you a third for him.
Yeah, right.
I'll take him off your hands. I'll help you out.
I'll give you a fourth.
Ooh.
Oh, now I'll maybe take a first and a second. No, I'm hoping he pans out. He's going to start this year, so we'll see how it goes. Yeah.
It's going to be fun watching him. Good pick.
Yeah.
Next up is Oakland, middle linebacker.
Another great one.
Jones takes a middle linebacker.
See, I almost took him, I believe, at 18 before I decided on the running back. But, yeah, he's beautiful.
He was at the top of my...
Quick. I'll be right back.
He was at the top of my list when I was coming up to pick. I got 121. So, yeah, he was at the top of my list. I was disappointed to see him go. Although he'd be too light probably for my 3-4, but that's a guy you can play at safety.
Yeah.
In buzz situations.
See, I'm not a linebacker type of guy, so I'll probably pick linebackers late in the rounds, like a third or the fourth round. I'm more safeties and
corners.
Linemen.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, safeties and linemen. But it's a good pick. Nice pick by him. Yeah.
I mean, if his bars hold up, obviously.
Well, the volatility is low. Let's see what happens. It's going to be preseason 2 because this is training camp right now. We're watching.
Yep.
Okay, next up, Toronto takes a running back. He needs a little help for Livingston. Let's see what he looks like.
I think he was on my list too. If I remember, he took Joswiak. Not the great hole recognition that I look for on my guys, but he looks like he'd be a good all around back. Might be a guy that be a good third down back.
What do you think, Howie?
Yeah, I think that's could be a solid running back. Whole recognition is a little bit low for my liking, but if that tops out at what is that, 50, 53, my eyes aren't
50.
Very good.
50.
You know, that's fine. The breakaway speed is average. Power inside's average. Speed to the outside, I really, really like. So that would be a guy, just constantly run sweep, constantly run toss to the outside with him, and get lots of yards that way. But that's a good pick.
I wouldn't want him to be a workhorse back for me with that
No.
whole recognition. But in terms of a third down back,
or a change of pace back, or a back
Yep.
in a set where you're going to give him 6 or 7 carries a game.
Sure.
Yeah, no, that's a good pick. Good back.
All right. Now we go to C-Max. Takes the tight end.
2 years in a row.
Here we go. Let's take a look at this guy. Wow. Good route running. See,
Yeah.
the bars I like are route running and getting downfield. So I like this guy.
Yeah, I thought he was a good tight end for late in the first round. He doesn't have third down catching, which is pretty much exactly the same as the guy I took last season at tight end in the first round. But I'm switching to Air Coryell. I'm going to try and feature more multiple wide receiver sets. Run more 1-2-2, maybe even the 0-2-3. So I figured, why not have 2 stud tight ends? It'd be something different anyway. Might work better for Shea. I don't know. I got to do something with that guy.
No, I like him. He reminds me of my tight end. I'll show you my tight end. My tight end has nothing, and you'll see what I'm talking about when I take him out. Here's my tight end.
Yep, getting downfield and route running encouraged.
Yep.
Look, and he put up 823 yards. So,
my goal
can easily do that.
Yeah, my goal is to, get my 2 top wide receivers and my 2 tight ends all 1,000 yards this season.
That would be something.
I want to make it happen.
That would mean you'd have to throw for 4,000 yards.
Yeah, that's fine. I can throw for 4,000 yards. I just, got to throw the ball 900 times to do it.
All right. So Colorado picked up a center.
Yeah, low intelligence, but otherwise should be a pancake master.
Mm-hmm.
He's not getting 15 penalties a year.
Yeah, well,
yeah, he's got 8 intelligence. Ugh.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's not bright.
He would fit in perfect in the Texas line with that intelligence. Just absolutely perfect.
Yes.
The short bus window lickers.
Nobody ever accused us of being smart.
Yeah, no, I absolutely will not draft one of those yellow guys on O-line.
Yeah. Well, after my experience in OBX where I went all chemistry before I realized yellow was bad and ended up with a whole team of yellow, yeah, I'll never do yellow again.
All right, then. Next up after him at 123, Orlando takes linebacker.
Escalante.
Let's see.
Escalante.
Where are you? Here we go.
Yeah, I like him too.
Oh, he's got the zone thing you like, Howie.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, hopefully it goes up further than that.
Yeah,
I mean, but 52, if he maxes out at that 52, that's okay.
Yeah, that's acceptable.
Yeah.
Yeah, pick 123. Good pick.
Yeah,
good endurance, good special teams contributor.
Yep.
And if he play, I don't know what his defense is, but if he plays the 3-4 with a weak side with that pass rush strength, that pass rush, that's a guy that if he's not dropping back in coverage, he's blitzing.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
He's playing 3-4, so that's
probably perfect weak side linebacker.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's a perfect pick for that position and for that spot.
Yep.
Kind of makes me regret my tight end pick. What was I thinking? I was thinking I still had Sutter at that point. I traded him afterwards. Damn it.
Next up is Rochester takes tackle. So BG Bob, he traded out. I believe he was at 10, and he traded out at 10.
Yeah, I thought he traded down.
Yeah. And he got this and some other pick. So what do we got? Eric's okay. Yeah.
Looks like it's going to be middling. I mean,
middling. Be reasonable intelligence, be average there probably.
Yeah, I don't like his pass blocking.
no, and he's got
And
two
his run
stud
blocking.
tackles already. So,
Well, and
29
he picked up
years old.
he picked up three tackles in the draft here, and honestly, that Fadiman looks like he'll be the left tackle. He's got a good pass block bar.
All right. Pick
Maybe he's just thinking volume. One of them will pan out.
Red Zone takes this guy, Terry Garcia. I was looking at this guy, as you can see. Yeah, Howie, what were you going to say?
We'll pull him up. You know, he Red Zone really wants a receiver. He says he really needs a receiver. I think for a late first round pick in this class, that's a good pick.
Yeah, especially if that route running bar keeps climbing.
Yep.
I
You know,
would take
and-
him there.
That was a guy I considered at 21 also, but I don't know why I thought I need wide receiver. I got a bunch of wide receivers that look kind of like him, but if his bars hold up, I mean, he's not. He looks like he could be a Woody Sheck type of guy, and I like Woody Sheck. So
You and Howie both have stud wide receivers on your team.
I think Howie's got better ones, but I'll take mine. I don't mind. I'm very happy with my wide receivers, but that's by virtue of me having a horrible record for the last few seasons prior to that. It's easy to acquire good receivers when your team sucks.
I like this guy Garcia too. If his route
Yeah.
running goes up, yes, I think it is. But I'm hoping that it doesn't actually, because it's red zone in my division. Next up is Hanalei. Now this was an auto pick, correct?
Correct.
Was that?
Yeah, he didn't. At least according to Conscriptor, he didn't register.
Oh, okay. That's not like him.
Yeah. Kenzie.
Solid defensive end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nope. Good
Take 'em there.
place to take a defense. This is where those defensive linemen, in my mind, should go, unless it's just a really terrible draft, because you can usually get guys like this late in the first round. I like him a lot.
I do too.
Again, either a 3-4 D end or a 4-3 D tackle. I'd play him at, but again, you can obviously weight doesn't mean everything, but
Yeah.
he looks like a prototype D tackle.
Analyze 4-3 over.
Yeah, so I'd move him to defensive tackle, or I don't know if I'd move him, but I'd play him there.
Yeah, no, I would keep him right there at that left defensive end and play him. That's what I would do.
Suppose.
It's funny, only 2 players we weren't so hot on. 2 to 3 players. The rest we've liked so far. Next up at 127, Merchant Man takes a wide receiver. I also like this guy. I was looking at a late rounder. However, he was never going to reach me.
No, and I think I considered him at 18 just because he's a chem fit for me as well. But
Now,
Yeah,
that route running thing scares me, that it's so low.
oh yeah, compared to what we're seeing on the left, holy shit.
Yeah. Eesh.
But he's already got 2 good wide receivers yet, so that guy's got time to develop.
Yeah, well, and that's that's a pick that I wasn't as high on, because for me that's a reach. If you didn't have a wide receiver and you needed one, I think it's an okay pick to try to grab. But when you have 2 solid wide receivers, I wouldn't have reached for that pick. I've done that in the past and have paid for it with Curry, whatever his name was.
I remember.
You know, he looked pretty good in the conscriptor for a late round first to me. You know, the 6% developed. You know, I actually look at that as a good thing for wide receivers if you don't need to start them. Oh, this might end up being a pretty good pick for him.
So I mean,
3-4 years from now.
Hopefully it is, and hopefully he doesn't regret picking him, and that I'm wrong. Like I don't. But that was one that I remember scratching my head saying, you know, you got two guys that he has, and I think he's got a third receiver that looks just like him.
Sure.
You know, why do you feel the need to pick a receiver? But I'm sure he has his reasons, and I hope he's happy with them.
Yep.
Yeah, because when I looked at him, I'm saying to myself, the route running is going to go up. He's got a high soul score. But I'm looking at him here, and I've had a receiver that had something like this where it just stopped right there. Maybe went up a couple more points, and you're stuck with a route running of 10.
Ugh.
And you're kind of screwed.
Yep. Boomer bust player.
Mm-hmm. All right. Next up, here we go. Tucker. Ben takes a wide receiver. Muller.
Not a surprise, and I don't doubt that he's going to turn out somehow.
Yeah, I mean, to me, he doesn't look like he's any better than the previous pick. I mean, obviously he's more developed, so that's good. But he doesn't look any better. But again, I mean, Ben knows what he's doing, so I don't really question it.
That's a guy that'll pop, and he'll be like a 68 overall wide receiver.
Yeah, he'll trade him in 2 years for a first or a couple of firsts.
Yeah, a couple people in the forum there just said this guy was nowhere near my radar. I don't understand it, but
yeah, I mean, I saw him similar, but I don't know.
Has Ben ever drafted a dud in the first round?
I don't think so.
I think he's had some that have tanked after the PS2, you know, the variable stage of death, but I don't. I think that was just by fluke, not by poor choice.
Okay. All right. Next up, Harlem takes a tight end. Let's see what this guy pans out at. I don't like his bars. What I look for.
Yeah, that route running's a little low.
Route running and getting downfield. Yeah, the two.
Yeah, that is. If the run blocking was higher, that would be a pick that I would have made. But a combination of the low route running and the low run blocking skill for me makes that not a guy I'd look at that spot.
Yeah, probably still right now the best tight end on his roster though too. So what else he's got?
So yeah.
Well, if you're drafting for need, I mean, sometimes you reach a bit, but
right. And if you're drafting for need, and that's the best player that you had scouted available, then that's the guy you pick.
Yeah. But not the ideal. I don't know. Not the ideal value for a first round pick, I don't think. But neither was my tight end.
Brooklyn takes a center. I was looking at this guy as well. I didn't think he was going to be taken in the first round, but he was.
No, and he's got the Cosmo for his center already. So, and I know he was talking about moving him to guard or.
Yeah, that's a guy that he wanted to move out to guard or move out to the line. And I don't know about you guys, but I have found more success moving tackles down the line than I have moving anybody else outside.
Yeah, you can't go outward. I mean, I've never had any luck. I mean, I've played centers at guard, but if you try to move them, they're going to get 80%.
Yeah.
And guards to tackle, same thing. But you can move from tackle to guard pretty well, and you sometimes go up, and you can move from guard to center and sometimes go up. But
yeah, I usually don't move my guys. I just play them out of position once they get good everywhere.
See, I play tackles out of position. I will move tackles out of position because as C-Mike said, you can get a tackle to go up, 10% in value, moving them from tackle to guard. I've done that a couple times.
I don't know if that maybe if you want to trade it, kind of like what I did with Sutter with my my linebacker. I play, he's my weak side linebacker. He was a 48, but he wanted 20-some million per season plus to re-sign. I moved him to defensive end. He was a 65 overall rated, and he only wanted 11 million to re-sign. So I re-signed him and then traded him for a first. But I don't know if it makes sense to actually move him, even if they'll go up, because if you move, a tackle that's a 50 over to guard, he becomes a 60. How much more money is he going to want because he's a 60 rated guard?
Yeah. But for me, that's a position that I'll pay. Yep. I'm not one to shy away from my offensive linemen. I will pony up a paycheck for them 95% of the time.
Yeah, I suppose with cohesion being as important as it is to the run game, for sure.
Me too.
I'm right there with Howie. I'll pay offensive.
But look at the pick just as a center. That's a solid center.
Yes.
Yep.
Even if he takes another one of his centers and moves them down the line to guard or plays them out of position, that's a solid center. I love that. He's.
I'm thinking about making a trade with him.
Yeah, I think I'd probably play Gerleman, the rookie, out of position before I played Cosimo out of position. I mean, Cosimo was only 277 pounds.
Yeah, you can't.
5'10", 277. God, I can't imagine trying to play hit the guard. I mean, in real life, I guess. Who knows? Who knows how the game matrix sees it?
Then we have Rochester again. Had a pick. Running back. So. Oof.
Yeah, that's a no for me with that whole wreck.
What's your favorite, Grim?
Yep. Not for me. Not in the first, not in the second, not in the third, fourth, fifth, or sixth, maybe the seventh.
I'm wondering if he doesn't plan on trying to move him with wide receiver.
I don't know if he's got the combines for that. It's pretty fast. With those bars, though, I don't think I would.
He might still be a 50 rated wide receiver, or he could just, like I said, maybe that was his his third down back. Great receiving skills. Elusiveness is fine if you're, for the running back receiving. You don't want him running with it, so maybe that's his third down back.
No, it makes sense.
He might end up with 50, 60 catches on the year.
It makes sense. We'll see if he puts him as wide receiver.
Damn, he's got 7.
Like I said, third down back, never run. Maybe
he's got 7 running backs on his roster right now. All of them second or first year. Wow.
Yeah, he drafted 3 of them this year, or not necessarily drafted, but he's got 3 rookies right now.
He's looking for that guy. That's what he's doing. He's taking everyone in, testing them out, and see which one works, which one sticks.
See which one pops at the rollover.
And then last is Howie with the fullback.
Yeah, this should be fun to watch. To see you get him running and catching. That's going to be awesome if you can get it done.
Yes, I can't wait to see how you use him, Howie. Nice.
So that's a pick. I think I emailed you, Clay. When I was making that pick, I heard Red Zone's voice in the back of my mind. Howie. Let me ask you a question.
You can hear it.
It's a pick that if I was 10 slots up, I probably wouldn't have made that pick. But it's a guy that I knew wasn't going to be there in the second round. Like somebody was going to take him.
Yep.
Oh, I believe Frederick with the very next pick said, "Hey, you picked him, so I didn't have to."
Yeah. So, but my plan is he's going to run the ball. He's going to catch the ball. If I can get him, my goal is to get him 1,000 all-purpose yards by season 2.
Oh, dude, that power inside and third down running and that whole wreck, just third and short, second and short, boom. Yep. 240 pounds, crushing people, man.
Oh yeah, and who knows? Torpy might shit the bed. Shaver has been on a downward decline since he led the league in rushing 2 seasons ago. that he could easily become a feature back. He could be the back that I put in the 1-1-3 and just pound the ball up the middle.
Well, you could also, he's a little bit short, but even in the pinch, you could throw him in at tight end. He'd be a solid tight end for you.
He's going to be the U receiver in the 1-1-3 set.
Sure.
He's going to be he might be the third tight end in the 2-3-0 set.
Sure.
Because I don't run the ball out of that, so I can easily put two tailbacks in the backfield. If I can get 12 carries a game and 3 or 4 receptions from him, I'll be happy. That's what I'm looking for from him.
You got him as a utility
first couple
player.
years.
If you got 1,500 yards of all-purpose yards, then you're golden.
The reason why I'm giving it to week 2 is because he's 36, so a lot of those bars need to develop a little bit.
His blitz pickup, avoid drop running, at least his receiver skills are probably going to take a season or 2 to come into it. But his running, he should be able to run right off the shoot.
And the fullback that I currently have is a mentor, and I just re-signed him for 2 years.
Nice.
So, hopefully he'll hopefully he'll develop nicely, and he will pan out.
I can't believe you got Torfy for that cheap.
Yeah, I took a chance. I just gave him what he was asking for, and I just dropped his bonus down to the required $10,000 a year for whatever contract length I signed him for. Nobody else went for him.
He gave him a $10,000 per year bonus, so he can cut him anytime he wants, and it's going to cost him maybe $20,000.
And I did the same thing with William Monroe. He's got a low bonus, so I'm going to bring him in and have him play the first 2 preseason games as a backup, and see what he does. And then I brought him, another young guy, McCord. So I don't think that Monroe will be on the roster on week 1, but have a chance to bring the most exciting player in IHOF to your team.
It's going to be good seeing a different quarterback in your team.
I tell you what, poor Vitali, man. I was hoping he would retire and not just be sitting on the street right now.
So did I. But he was asking for $60 million. I knew he wasn't going to retire.
Yeah,
$60 million.
That would have been the storybook ending right there for that guy.
Wow. And Freeman's asking for what, $50 million?
Yeah, no, and like I said, the last stage he was asking for $30 million and no one wanted them, so he figured he'd jack up his price. It's like, dude, no one's paying you $50 million.
Maybe if I ask for more, they'll think I'm worth more.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I'd probably sign one of them if it wasn't so friggin' expensive. I'm going to end up letting Shea go to free agency next year, probably, just because I can't see paying him. What do you want? He wants $50 million, 57, 61, 67, 75.
There's someone out there you can use, I think you can pick up, that you might like. C-Max.
Who's that?
Johnny Heat.
Johnny Heat.
Yeah.
Wasn't he the most exciting person in the league for a while too?
There you go.
Johnny Heath.
Hold on, let's get to free agent.
Clay, I was gonna sign him, but he's a conflict, and I already have enough conflicts on my team as it is. I wasn't gonna add one for a backup quarterback, but I thought about putting an offer in for him instead of Monroe.
Yeah, honestly, he doesn't look
bad.
He really doesn't.
Yeah, he was on my team. I drafted him, and then I traded him to Paris.
I just hate guys like that where their bars don't make sense to me with the rating that it shows.
No, that was a guy you put on the trade block, and you were asking for a first, and Red Zone and I were texting through Discord like, he's never gonna get a first round pick for that guy. He's never gonna get it, and you got a first round pick and more.
That's crazy. I'll be right back, gents.
Yeah.
We're like, what the hell do we know?
Well, you were right. I mean, it didn't pan out for never panned out for him.
Well, we were right. He didn't pan out, but somebody paid that money for him.
Why?
Red zone, I think. I'm not. I think this offseason he was trying to get him as well, but then he changed his mind for Heat. But if you are looking for somebody, I would pick him up if I was you.
I don't know if I'm going to have the money. Well, I guess if I don't re-sign Shea, I'll have the money, and I probably will be looking for some cast off. But I don't know. I wish I had another season to decide. I got my new playbook. Maybe it'll work out. Maybe it'll be a stud. But
yeah, I didn't have a first round pick this season again. Harlem took mine, and he took this running back, Rico Thompson. My guy is in the second round was this guy right here, which I'm going to make into a cornerback.
Oh yeah.
So he'll fit with my other guy that I picked up last season. If his bars hold up. I'm hoping that his man-to-man and his zone hits there.
Yeah, I like him. Got decent interception rating. That's a good pick for a second round.
He's got good speed for cornerback. So I'm going to move him. And let's see how he plays. Because he's almost exactly the same as my other guy, which I picked last season. If you look at his combines, they're almost identical. Well, close enough.
Oh yeah, they're pretty close. I like Kernbach's strength. That's nice.
So that was my pick.
Honestly, I think it's about at least as good as that 1.4 cornerback.
Let me show you the guy I thought in the 2103 draft. There were three guys I liked. I liked your receiver, C-Max.
Buddy Sheck, yeah.
I like Harlem's. And I like the running back, Meza.
Yeah.
Meza's just been a stud.
Yep.
Those were the three players that I liked. Now, there were a lot others. It was very hard. There was just to choose from. I also liked Grimm's guard, which was this guy here, Jack Rivera.
Yeah.
His pass blocking is 0.3 for his sack. So he really protects the quarterback. I like that.
Yeah, I like that Harlem's defensive end, that Rusty Stack. Well, one, he's got a cool name. And he's finally starting to kind of come into it now. I mean, every year he's improved. This year he ended up with 12.5 sacks.
Yes.
I'm back.
Yeah, I'm a fan of his.
We were just talking about Grimm, the players the 2103.
Yep.
The three players that I liked were Vincent, Todd, and Ted Meza.
Yeah, I like him. I also like Riviere, who you inquired about just yesterday.
I just had him up. I just took him down.
40 games, only 5 sacks allowed.
I was just telling these guys, he's got a .3 sack percentage.
That's pretty damn good.
Yes, it is. I look for something like that. That's why I was asking you, are you trading him? Because I would take him from you.
Nope, it's just one of those situations. You wait till after PS2, you're either going to pay more or less. So.
Okay.
Yeah, that Tim Henson, that linebacker from Orlando from 2103, he's been a stud too. Really like him. Yes. I'm a big fan of linebackers, but
yeah, because almost everybody in that draft in the first round is doing well.
Look at the cornerback, Brady Lane. Where is he? He's
Bradley Lane.
Bradley Lane. That's it. Look at this. 14 interceptions.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wonder if he's playing him at corner. Maybe safety.
Good point.
Those interception numbers would make me think he's at free safety, but what do I know?
Well, I mean, strong safeties pick off a lot of passes. They end up covering tight ends a lot. I don't know. I'd be playing him at strong safety if I was playing him at safety.
Well, for
that run defense, I mean, come on.
Yeah, with that zone skill, I'd be playing him nickel corner if I kept him at corner.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Also, is coming into the zone is Angel Meyer right here.
Yeah. Kevin really got him going last year.
They got 1,688 yards, 10 touchdowns last season.
Yep, that's a guy I would not mind having. But I think Dorambos, out of all the receivers, has done the best so far.
Yeah, he's the cream of the crop. He's getting used right. I mean, 32 touchdowns. I mean, come on.
Yep.
Yeah, I like him. Listen, I think 2103. I mean, not even just the first round. The whole draft was just stacked full of.
If you go through and look at pick one of everything that Hanaway took, they're all studs. I think he missed out on his 7th round pick, but everybody's 2nd round, 3rd round. I mean, look at that guy.
He's okay.
Yeah, don't stop there. Look at his 3rd round guy. Oh no, Tucker got the 3rd round guy. Okay, never mind. He traded that, but
this is the 4th round.
Yep, Edwin Battle. And I take him.
Yep.
Is he like inside the game? Is he like pulling things from the game?
I don't think he actually exists.
Yeah, I don't know. Malpo is a mystery.
Is he
Always
actually
has been to me.
Jim?
Yeah, could be.
Code name Alpal.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's sick.
Like I said, I had a good 2103. I think Justin, you had a pretty good 2103, didn't you?
Well, Riviere was all right. My defensive end, I drafted in the 2nd. He's not even on the team anymore. 3rd round, I don't think I did too well in the 3rd round either.
Oh.
Well, you got a good guard. Let me see, 3rd round. No.
Oh, Jose Ritchie. Yeah, he started all last year, so he's going to be okay, I think. But my left corner only plays man ever, so.
What you got? Okay, in the 3rd round.
He's my return man / 2nd strong safety. He's been a good return man for me.
Yeah, that punt returner is insane. That's nice.
And this is what Howie did in the 3rd round.
Marvin, yep.
Yeah, not bad.
Yep.
That's a good season for
like I said, there was a lot of
tackle.
talent came out of that year.
Yeah, he's holding out for me. He's holding out too.
Is he?
Of course.
Yeah.
What is he looking for? Some crazy number?
No, not a crazy number, but more than I want to pay a defensive tackle. So I lowballed him this round. We'll see. I have $21 million in cap space to play with, so he'll probably end up getting re-signed. I'm also going to gain some more cap space because I'm dropping a big contract guard or tackle. Who is it? Eli Hayes. If anybody wants to trade for Eli Hayes, hit me up. Let me know.
I was going to say I'm probably dumping Jack Barnes this year, but he's 36, so.
My guy's 31. He's in his 10th year. He was a solid guard for me, but I'm moving on. And he's pissed that he didn't play last season, so he won't re-sign with me. Even if I wanted to keep him, he wouldn't.
Here's what I picked up in the 3rd, but he's been good, but he got hurt. But as you can see, he doesn't allow sacks.
Well, he was playing really good till he got injured too.
Yeah, he got
4%.
He got turf-toed last season.
Yeah.
And that's it. He didn't play at all.
What about the 2 previous seasons? Was he injured then too, or just not starting all the
No,
time?
the first season I didn't start him until I put him in at the end.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, I like this guy. Second season, he got hurt. Let's see what he did. Let's see. He got
hip injury.
Hip injury the first season.
And then second season, maybe I didn't play him that much for some reason. In any event.
Was he suspended?
No.
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 He wouldn't play any
four
game if
games.
he was
4 games,
suspended.
yeah.
I like him. And plus, he doesn't commit a lot of penalties as well.
Yep.
And so he's cheap. So that was my guy.
Yeah, Eli Hayes, how he don't look too bad, but he's got 1 intelligence, so that's a no for me. Maybe he's part of your problem for penalties. You'd be better off getting rid of him.
Of course he's part of my problem.
How many penalties did you have last season?
I don't think I was first last season. I don't know. We got to look it up. I was close.
Oh.
I was up to the top.
Let's see.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're first again.
How do we get?
But there was-
it goes here.
Oh, I can't look it up in the
I'm gonna get us up right now.
in the website. It's only for the current season.
Let me hold on. I think we can go back, can't we?
No, I don't think you can.
There's a way to look in game, isn't there?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for right now.
Okay. I always forget where that's
What are you looking for in game here?
Penalties.
Team statistics in game. Miscellaneous. I'm just looking for penalties.
Yes, it's going to be under miscellaneous, and so we're looking for last season penalties.
Yeah, and the season before, and the season before.
So you had 133 penalties
Yeah, that sounds about right.
for 972 yards. Brooklyn had 149 for
See,
1,121.
So I was not first this year, but last year I was. Go to last year.
Yeah, you were top last year. I know that for sure.
If you're not
Well,
first, you're
tied.
last.
Yeah, same.
138, tied with Brooklyn.
And the year before,
And the year before,
Yep, 141.
Wow.
Met was close behind.
but 2102, you were sixth. So,
Damn, I only had 66 penalties last year. Wow.
That's pretty good.
hey Justin, what year was it that I came into the league? Do you remember?
2057.
Outer Banks. Okay,
2057.
so check here. Let's see, 2058. After I put together my yellow team.
2058.
Nope, 2059 maybe.
What team were you?
Outer Banks. Well, that can't be right. When did I get my yellow team all put together? It must have been a few seasons in. Okay. God, no, we were great for penalties. That ain't right. Wasn't it right off the bat that I had ice cream cone, Justin?
Yeah.
Him and oh, there we go. There I jumped out. I did my change. I think it was 2061 is when I started doing the yellow chemistry, and it all went downhill from there.
Yep, you steadily climbed up there.
Yep.
115 in 2062. Huh. Yep, 125 in 2063.
Yeah, 125, 2064. Yeah. Yeah, that shows you right there. I mean, it makes a huge difference if you're rolling with the dipshits.
It's true. I got to get mine down. I was doing well in the beginning of last season, but then we creeped up. So you guys, well, Williamsburg, Grimm, you're down at the bottom.
Yep.
Top 3. Bottom 3.
Yeah, I try to maintain that, but that's mostly because my O-line cohesion and everybody's smart on my O-line. I mean, having dumb O-line is just, I think, the worst idea anybody could ever have.
Yep.
No, it's a killer.
There's nothing more frustrating than having that touchdown pass called back, and it never fails. That's what happens. It's always the touchdown pass that gets called back.
Mm-hmm.
And then a play or two later, you always win an interception.
Yep, an interception, or it was you were throwing in for a touchdown from the 22, and then you get the penalty, which pushes to the 28, and then you get sacked for a loss of 7 or 35, and then you miss the field goal.
Yep.
It's like it's hard coded.
Classic. Yep. Yes, that is a classic one.
Ugh.
All right, fellas. Tomorrow is training camp.
Yes, sir.
And then we have signing our players more, getting ready for exhibition. I can't wait to see how Starks plays this season.
Yeah, that should be fun to watch.
I'm anxious to see if my playbook works out the way it did in single player.
Sometimes it does not, C-Max.
Yeah.
Sometimes it does not.
When people are actually turning in defensive game plans, it's probably not going to help. But I can't imagine it'll be any worse than it was this last year, where he just the short passing, high efficiency game only works if you're actually high efficiency.
Are you? Did you change your whole game plan?
Yeah, we went from spread to air Coryell this season, hoping that plays a little more into Shea's strengths. I guess
now, did you pick the plays yourself, or did you?
Oh yeah, I created all 200. Well, I created all 200 plays, and then created my own game plan and ran it through at this point about 60 seasons in single player with a couple different configurations for quarterbacks and wide receivers. And it's not a world killer, but it's a lot. It seems like it's a lot better than what I put out there last year. So I'll be interested. And like I said, it features a 2 tight end set. So
nice.
We'll see what happens. It'll be fun. Even if we suck, it'll be fun because it's a new experiment. I've never run anything like it. Like I said, I usually go with spread in every league that I'm in, just because I know it, or I thought I knew it anyway. But that's what I'm used to. So this will be new.
I like to try to run a 3 tight end spread and just hitting them with passes. I want to see how that plays out. Or is it going to kill me on that?
I think it would kill you on that because there's not enough. I mean, there's the 2-3-0 and the 1-3-1. You'd maybe only get 8 to 10 of those, combined, 5 each.
Yeah,
before you start getting familiars.
Yep.
I in a different league. One of my early seasons was the USFL. In my mind, I dubbed it. I was the Boise Rough Riders. So in my mind, I dubbed it the Rocky Mountain Offense, and it was a West Coast with multiple tight end sets. Because I had 3 or 4, I had 3 stud tight ends and a 4th tight end that would have been a starter on most teams, and I won like a game.
Wow.
Yep.
That's bad.
Yeah.
That goes
you're not building me any confidence here, but we'll see.
Yeah, because I was going to try to do a 3 tight end set, doing passes to the tight end, and then also doing a lot of running. I wanted to try that kind of scenario to see how it would play out. And I know I tried a little bit in single play, and it was disastrous.
Yeah.
But I was saying to myself, sometimes single play is different from multiplay, because I had game plans that are bad in single play, but play well in multiplayer.
Suppose human intervention.
I don't know.
Makes a difference.
It could be. Maybe it's the Rexing of the single play when people are doing their own game plans for multiplayer. I don't know what it is, but that's what I experienced. But it could just be me.
Well, I know that the spread that I used last season worked really well in single player, and it was just god awful. And then, like I said, I kind of chalk it up to Shea, but I use the same one in RZB with my with the Buffalo Bills that I have in RZB, and it was terrible over there too. Worst season I've ever had in that league. It was awful.
And the thing about in this multiplayer, once you put your playbook in, you're kind of screwed. So if you have a playbook that doesn't work, you got to ride it out the whole year.
Now, the one thing that helped me last year in San Antonio is I actually didn't create a 200 playbook. It was only 100. I think it was 175 I had. So every week I would create 12 plays that I would insert based on who I was facing, things that I thought would work. I would create 12 new plays in the playbook and put them into my game plan. And then the next week, I would just reload my base, which only had 50 plays, and then I'd create 12 new plays and insert them into the game plan. I did that every week, and that's when I started winning in the middle of the season. So, you can create 12 new plays every week to adjust. They just don't stick. The next week they're gone again.
Someone said that you can create the 12 plays, but you can also keep them if you save the game plan.
You have to.
Well, you can keep them. You have to have Ben. You'd have to have Ben then take your playbook and upload it so you could download it again.
I got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it has to be done in a specific order as well. Otherwise, it doesn't take. Because I've tried to do the same thing in other leagues where I create 12 plays and then I wanted to change them over, and if the commissioner doesn't do it in the proper order, they just disappear. And I'm not sure what the steps the GM needs to the commissioner needs to take to do that.
Yep, me neither.
So,
but I've done what you've done, C-Max, where I'll change my plays, but I'll write it down on a piece of paper. 3rd and 1, I did this play, and I make sure when I do my new playbook again or my new game plans, I go back to my paperwork, I do the same play, where it was at, what location, and put it back in.
Sure.
Yeah, and I was thinking about trying that too. Just create 12 new plays and kind of see if I can get that to work a little bit too.
Yeah, what I found it worked good, because when I stopped doing it is when I went on that losing streak, because I just didn't have time and wasn't creating them. But what I did is I had just my my red zone plays and like my 3rd down and 10 and 3rd down and 8 or 9 or whatever that one is. The plays that are kind of the most critical, those are the ones that I would change. Every week I just create 12 plays and put them into the red zone, put them into the 3rd down and long, packages. And like I said, it worked out pretty well. And you can then look at what the team you're facing is doing and kind of figure out some plays that might work well against them. If they got shitty linebackers, maybe you pass to your tight end in the middle. Or, if they got a really weak cornerback, you can throw some plays to the, more plays to the X in this game. So it's kind of nice to have that flexibility.
Yeah, well, with a new quarterback starting and a new running back, I'm going to be doing a whole new game plan this year. So
nice. You going to do a new playbook too?
Well, I kept my old playbook and I added probably 15 plays to it today.
Sure.
And then I got Wilkerson now, so I created a bunch of X. He'll be playing my split end, so I created probably 5 or 8 more plays where he's a primary target. So I got some new tools to work with this year. I'm hoping to make it work, but I can kind of feel like we're going to fall down a step again this year. So
you say that every year, though.
You're running
we'll see.
Drew Daniels?
Yeah, Drew Daniels. But he should also up my cohesion because he's been on the team for 8 years, too. So a different style guy, he can run. He's got that timing bar that I really wanted to try out. So we'll see. I'm not going to be throwing screen passes with him anymore. So we'll see how he does.
Got a lot of new quarterbacks starting it. And also you, Howie.
Yep.
Who's going to be running the show?
Bone Line
is he's slated as the number 1.
Yep. That timing. Oof. I have the no timing with Shea. I just what kind of offense are you running?
West Coast.
West Coast. I just worry about timing on the short pass. Those slants.
I mean, he is 0-2 in his 2 starts when Vital was injured, but he's put up very good numbers.
That's true.
Like he's not 0-2 because he didn't play well. He's 0-2 because the defense played like absolute shit those 2 games that he started.
Yep. I wouldn't question starting him. I'd start him for sure. Just like I said, after playing with Shea, and like I said, maybe it's just me, maybe it was my game plan, but some of it I chalk up to that no timing on the short passes.
And I don't tend to throw the ball short very often. I mean, I'm more of I'm more of a medium pass.
Oh, the curls and
the curls, the
comebacks,
the hitches, the comebacks, the ins, the deep outs.
Sure.
Obviously the place that I throw the most short routes is stuff out of the backfield to the backs.
Sure.
So we'll see how his short pass bar is not what I would really like for a West Coast offense, but
But
if you're using more hooks and curls than the mediums, what you got to worry about.
Exactly. So we'll see.
So shouldn't sense rush be attached to your sole, like a very high sole? You should have a very high sense rush bar.
You would think.
Because you have a 46, but your sense rush is like 22.
Yep.
That just means his avoid interceptions probably through the roof.
Yeah, it's 62.6, so.
Oh, that's what it means. Okay.
Of course, he's got a very high intelligence, which, I guess with 46, I mean, that's probably fine. But usually if you end up, you want your intelligence to be as low as possible with Solsmik being very high. And that's, I guess, apparently that's the formula for avoid interception.
Yet he's a very high with 87.
I think, doesn't position drill also count against your sense rush?
Yeah, I think position drill's the main one. But
73. No, position drill is timing and accuracy.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So sense rush is just only tied to your soul score.
Yeah, I guess I don't understand how it works. I mean, 73 for position drill, but then to have a 1 for timing, if that's what it goes into.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, I know. There's always all these little secrets.
Well, I think he'll do fine.
Well, if he flounders, he's always got the most exciting person in IHOF, so come in and play.
Here we go. Would you pay him again? Let's see. Wow.
Not much.
Not much.
And he's got a base salary, but like I said, all low bonus money.
Well, and even his base salaries, I mean, it seems like it's really high because it's $7.5 million. But I mean, honestly, that's about as cheap as you can get anybody for that's got more than 4 seasons.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, because it's like a throwaway year. You see him for 1 year, and the rest you throw away. You only lose $30,000.
Yeah, but if he has a superb year for some reason, then you keep him, and you're only paying him, $9 million, and he wouldn't be able to hold out till 2108 anyway.
No, it's going to be kind of cool to see. I mean, Howie's got a new quarterback and a new running back, and it's going to be kind of cool. Got that fullback that we got to see how you run him in there, and
that's what he paid him.
Should be a fun season. Yeah, Torfy's next to nothing too.
Very savvy financial moves there, sir.
I agree.
Thank you, sir. And look at Cornelius Ellis was the same way. He was a guy that my defensive end. He was the guy that that was on the free agency market when Dunlap was a year or two away from his retirement, and he's in the last year of his contract. But I signed him to a $10,000 a year, and this is what his 3rd or 4th year with the team.
It works if no one else bids on him.
Yeah. You know what though, Howie? I think back when I didn't bid on him, but I was going to, but he was going to be my leader, and I didn't want that. So, because I probably would have paid what he was asking back then.
96 leadership. Yeah, he'd have been a leader.
Yep. And I have my leader, so.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting seeing all these new quarterbacks doing their thing. There's a lot starting this season. A lot.
Yeah, I'm excited to see the development of that Iowa quarterback, see what he can get him doing.
Oh, yeah. Let's see him. Yeah, he's getting his timing up. He's got good sense rush. I'm hoping.
So freaking short.
He's 5'10".
I just can't do 5'10" quarterbacks. I mean, again, just me, but I just He looks so nice though. Wasn't it Moontown that had? No, not Moontown. They had the really good one. Who had the?
Yeah, Moontown had the other guy.
Yeah, Moontown's got a quarterback.
He got this guy. He picked him up first. Let me take these guys off so we can open him up.
He's not as short. He's not as short. I think I'm thinking I don't know. This is probably 15 seasons ago, Justin. But when it was Capital City, Moontown, wasn't there a 5'10" quarterback that just looked like he'd be a stud, but he was just awful?
I think that was back when Greg was running in Cap City.
Yeah.
Jose, I can't remember the guy's name. I thought it was Jose something.
Yeah. And he was just
history of the team.
He looked like he'd be a stud, but he was so short and he was terrible.
It was Jose Washington.
Washington, yes, Washington
and
was the name.
He was 5'10",
yep.
And had stuff. I mean, his ratings all throughout the shit were all high 80s and shit.
Yep, 80, 90.
Yeah,
he was just not good.
I know our Harlem, his quarterbacks, I think it's holding out right now.
Mills, yeah.
Yeah, he had Mills raging last year, so
he did.
Wonder if he's got the money to sign him. How much cap space he got down there?
Not very much.
Oh,
$4 million.
Oh no, that's not good. Mills is holding out with 2 years left on his contract even.
Yeah, well, that just means that he'll probably play this upcoming season, but then he's not going to be able to re-sign him because of the past injustices.
Right.
So he's going to have to go into get a quarterback. This is all.
What's his loyalty? Oh, low. Yeah, or very low.
Very low. Yeah, he gone. And what about the agent? If you go to the agent, what's his agent's difficulty?
Low.
Stubborn.
Low, 35.
Low. Well, he might be able to figure it out then. But I bet you Mills is still looking for $40 million a season.
Well, I just hope he doesn't hold out all season. You know, if he only holds out a few games with 2 years left on his contract, then he'll be good to go. But yeah, he's going to have to sign somebody up here for training camp.
Yeah, he is.
Yep.
He put up 33 touchdowns with him. He's like, I want to be paid now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I want $50 million like Friedman, or I want $60 million like Vitale.
Yeah, he performed better than Shea, and Shea wants $50 million, so he's got to be somewhere in that range.
Did you pay Shea?
Not yet. I'm waiting to see. I'm hoping like hell that after training camp his demands come down and maybe he only wants like $35 million.
I've noticed, by the way, fellas, that the more I waited, the more I had to pay them. And it was 2 running backs. I said, I'm not going to do this now. I'm going to wait. And I waited, and their price was higher.
I've seen it both ways, Clay. I mean, if I got a stud guy, I am always waiting till after PS2. And if he goes up a little bit, I'll have to pay you a little bit more. I make sure I have extra cap space for that. But if he drops down a little bit, you get him for the cheaper price. So I see it both ways every single season I do this.
Yeah, and I always now, anyway, wait until after PS2 before I'll sign any of the guys coming off their rookie contract.
Yep.
Because it seems like the final year of the rookie contract, if they're gonna tank, they tank on that stage. And I've been burned so many times signing them right before training camp, and then after PS2 they tanked, and now I'm screwed with all this cap money tied up.
Yeah.
So
but now, like a Bernard Preston, when his contract comes up and he's 29,
he'll
no matter what.
Yeah, him I'm going to re-sign no matter what. It's that the first contract or any guys that I think are asking for more than they deserve.
Right. Which
like Shea, like I said, I don't see how he thinks he's worth $50 million. I mean, fuck that.
I can't wait to see this guy.
I'll probably sign him for it. So.
Yeah, I don't get to the bowl with that. I mean, unbelievable. Yeah, wow. I don't want it. Julio's got that thing this year. I mean, if we're gonna do predictions next Sunday, I'm probably putting him at 12-4, 13-3, and winning the division.
Look what he did in the playoffs. He went 63%. He threw 11 touchdowns, 5 interceptions.
Yep. Accuracy, timing.
He pulled a Freeman.
Yeah, accuracy and timing. Those are the big ones, I think.
So.
And I just gave him another piece to his defensive puzzle.
Yep.
Although, I don't know. I'll still take, the 32nd pick in the first round for a defensive end that doesn't fit my scheme.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And
But
that's
yeah, he's
probably
gonna
what you're
have an incredible defensive line now, though.
I agree.
All right, fellas.
Go.
Yes, it was fun.
It was fun.
As always.
I'll stop it here.